Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spurs Ball Podcast episode 2. I think it is. I don't know. I've already forgotten. I'm not going to be in every 2 seconds with everything that possibly happens. It'll be about once a week for the most part, and then we'll see how we go. Welcome in though. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please drop a subscribe, and if you have, thank you very much. So Dejan Kulusevski is signed for £25 million, 30 million euros over 6 years till 2028. That's a fantastic deal, isn't it? Yeah, he had a uneasy second or first full season, I guess, with us, but I believe he'll be a good player for Postecoglou and can probably play in multiple positions, maybe even a bit centrally at times as well. But I think we also need another one out on that wing as well. Would be good, with obviously Danjuma not staying on quite rightly from his point of view as well. I didn't see that he did anything wrong when he did come on, but obviously just wasn't given the opportunity. And well, would he wish he had gone to Everton? I'm not so sure. I think it's still safer on the Spurs bench. But yeah, fair play to Kulusevski, the Spurs official Twitter. Nice to see they're still in a good mood with the gimme tweet when they know they're just going to get a barrage of leave outs underneath. But I don't know. I think things are a little bit positive at the moment, and we'll just see. We'll just see where we go. Have a look at things pre-season. Not that matters, and then get on with the season in August. Obviously, the fixture lists are out. And Brentford on the opening day. Who will Raya be playing for? The rumours are he's going to go to Spurs. I don't think it will be dragged out either. I think we'll get it done quickly. I think we'll get it done in the next couple of weeks if it is to happen. It does seem like a big fee, but you know what? It could be someone that's with us for a long, long time. And look at the amount of points Lloris saved us over the years. Even when he's playing bad, there are still games where he pulled out worldies for us. And Raya will fit nicely in that Postecoglou system as well. Obviously, ball playing keeper really, and can get that ball around and confident passing it around as well. So I think that's a good one to have, and hopefully he'll be with us for a number of years. But listen, we never know. We never know what's going to happen in football, especially at Spurs. It is a bit of a absolute madhouse at times. And then we look on to players like Maddison. Obviously, there was a rumour this week that Spurs had submitted a £50 million bid for Maddison and Barnes. I don't believe that. I think a lot of BS comes out, right, and start, oh, have you heard? And there was some funny memes with the old dude in the shop. It's like, you can have 50p, now fuck off. As a levy negotiating tactic. But I don't believe that. It's probably a 50 opener for Maddison, I would have thought. And maybe they're talking about what to do with Barnes Miller. Who knows? We did hear a brief rumour that Harry Winks could go to Leicester. I mean, listen, if you want to take Winks or Reguilon or whatever as part of the deal for those two, I'd take Barnes and Maddison in a heartbeat. Obviously, someone like Maddison is needed. I think he'd fit the profile for the club as well. And I think he could be a really good creative force for us in there. And getting some goals as well. So I think it's well needed, and we need to push for it. But obviously, if Newcastle are in the race, we'll see what he wants to do. Go up there for the cash, sit on top of that hill. It's not a bad town, Newcastle, but the nightlife is probably limited. You're going to know everyone in a couple of weeks. Come to London, James. Come to the big, bright lights of London. Go to Tottenham High Road, where I shit up a door for not realising how gluten intolerant I was after going to a Subway in King's Cross. Go there, James. That's what I say. Welcome to Spurs. I mean, he's not here yet. But I think we're going to give it a good push, and we'll see what happens with Barnes as well. Imagine getting those two in. It'll be a nice thing to happen. Davinson Sanchez has said he wants to leave this year. In the past, obviously, I don't think he'd wanted to. There's a bit part of me that feels for Davinson Sanchez. He always tried over the years, and the fans getting on his back, and he did make a lot of calamitous mistakes though over the years. It's like when he come on, it's like, oh, Davinson, there's something likable about you, but oh man. So hopefully we can move Sanchez on finally, and that Dyer and Davis. I don't see us. Apparently, we're open to offers. I don't see us getting rid of both of them just because of numbers. I don't think we can better replace everyone. Then we obviously got Tanganga, Dyer, Davis. I hope we can get Tanganga out now and he can go on the pastures new. I suspect we might end up with Dyer. But out of the two of them, I'd rather keep Davis just to have as a backup. He does work hard. I don't think he's as calamitous as Dyer. But you know, you want two good centre backs coming in. Really, if we can get one worldie to sit in there next to Romero, it'd be great. Ideally, we want two in, especially if we're going to get these Sanchez, Tanganga, possibly one of Darren Davis. We might need a few in, but we can't expect them all to be brilliant. Obviously, Longlay's loan come to an end, but we're going to bring him back, aren't we? Unless we have already. Unless I've missed that, I think we're going to bring Longley back. Longley and Davis as backups then is somewhere in that defence. But I obviously ideally we get Raya, we get a couple of centre backs, at least one excellent centre back, and we can take a slight less quality on the other one, I guess, for a year or two. But we want that to be strong. If we get an injury to someone like Romero early on, God, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. Work on Maddison, and then another winger maybe. And we'll see what else we can pick up as a little bargain along the way, I think. See if Ange wants to bring anyone down from Celtic. Bring Cameron Carter-Vickers back, right? Who knows? But yeah, I'm still fairly positive about the new season. But it's so hard, you know, the window, even if windows go okay and you get to the end of it. I remember everyone being happy with the Ndombele, Lo Celso, Sessegnon, you know, and that didn't work out at all. And then Potts goes, and we know the rest of the history from there. Even last year, we're like, okay, yeah, we got Richarlison. You know, we made these moves, and then you see Richarlison not really doing much across the season, so that gets frustrating, especially the money that you paid for him. Of course, he scores a worldie at the World Cup, but you know he's surrounded by the Brazilian team as well, actually playing attacking football. So I think Richarlison's going to have a better season, to be honest. I don't know what kind of season he has. I'm not going to put any money on that, but I think he is going to have a slightly better season. I think it'd suit a Postecoglou system and get everyone just pushing forward. I think he would thrive in that. What thriving means, I don't know. Does it mean 10 goals? Does it mean 15? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to put a house on that, but I think he will be better. He has to be better this year. But we just hopefully now we can push on. I hope this Maddison thing doesn't drag on. I really want, by the time we get to 1st of July, when Ange's contract starts officially and all that stuff, you want a few in, don't you? And you can wait for some outs to go, and you know that maybe one of your targets or a couple might go into the summer and one might drag on, and then there are all the opportunities at the end. But if we could go into that pre-season with Raya and Maddison signed, and maybe we've moved a couple of defenders out and Barnes in, I think you'd start to get a bit more confident. But you could move out all the players that most people want out and bring in all the players that most people want in, and it still might not work. But we've got this is Spurs, right? But we have to give it a go, and we have to believe, get behind the manager, and whatever goes on with the boardroom. Listen, even if they have a brilliant time of it this year with all their business and ins and outs and supporting the manager, and start to get on with the academy, which is super important. And Postecoglou has spoken about this. Levy's spoken about this. All right, we can't trust that guy. But even if they go and make all the right moves in the next 3 months, right? 2 months, that's still only one like positive window, and there's been so many where it's negative. So, and then it goes, where are we at Christmas? Where are we next May? Where are we in the spring? How are these signings working out? Can he get a tune out of some of the non-performers? I hope he's as ruthless as he is, and it sounds like they're giving him quite a lot of say on things. We never know what to believe. These rumors do trickle out, but listen, let's just get back in for 2 years. You know, 2 summer windows, 2 winter windows, and let's go for it. Let's use these kind of insane attacking tactics, and hopefully we've got the defenders to run back and see where we go. But again, it's Spurs, isn't it? So we'll see. But yeah, I'll never stop apologizing for shitting up the high road. It wasn't on the high road. I'll have to try and find on Google Earth where it is. Listen, if it's your dad's shop round the back where something like that happened, I'm not going to admit that was me. All right, I'll never. But I think it's around a warehouse or something. I don't know. It's a while ago now. But next time I come down, I will be with Imodium 3. I'll snort 3 Imodiums before I even get to the Spurs Stadium. I didn't even eat a dodgy kebab down the high road. It's a fucking Subway from King's Cross. Absolutely, that main one right opposite the station. Unbelievable. I knew they had an attitude on them in there. They probably weren't washing their hands. And also, I've had a food intolerance for about my entire life, and I never did anything about it until recently. There's also that culpability. I sound a bit like Levy now, don't I? Well, you know, perhaps some Subway sandwiches haven't worked out precisely how they were advertised to us as that they would work. Perhaps we were let down by others. Anyway, Spurs ball. See you next week. I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, more or less weekly I'll do this, and then we'll see what happens during the window, during the season, and I'll do some live streams and all that stuff as well. But until then, come on, you Spurs. And yeah, sorry if that was your granddad's snack shop that I shit up.